Well, is it just me? Or is maybe TNA stepping up the game a little bit with these one-night pay-per-views? One-night only pay-per-views that they're taping. They've been taping for the past month and a half now, and finishing up currently as we speak. You know, is it me, or are they stepping up the game a little bit? Here's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what I mean by stepping up the game. We all know that they're doing their best to make these $10 to $15 on-demand pay-per-views worth your money. Basically worth the price that you pay. And again, it looks like they're going all out, because you're not going to believe some of the names they got for this. It looks like they're going to use, and apparently, in my opinion, if TNA's doing what I think they're doing, this is a smart move on their part to try to increase their roster. Basically what they're doing, even if it's for one night only, or if it's sort of a thing that's really going to take off during the summer, throughout the year, this is big. This is big, ladies and gentlemen. Because some of the names they got to come here, yes, they've been affiliated with TNA, but some have never been affiliated with TNA. In fact, some have even swore they would never step foot in another company because they worked for the big one up north. I'm not lying, folks. I mean, if I can pull this up here, TNA, like I said, obviously doing a good thing, I guess. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. It's just blowing my mind. I mean, yes, these are not going to be airing until at least next month, at the most, or next month and May at the latest. But what we're getting is obviously almost like for $10 to $15, they seem okay. But I'll tell you this: what a way to go out in the Impact Zone! What a way to leave the Impact Zone! Because basically, today they had 2 tapings. They've been having some tapings over the past few days to close out the Impact Zone, part of the one-night deal. Now I'm trying to find exactly what I'm looking here for. Here it is. Like earlier today, they had the one night only Hardcore Justice, one night only pay-per-view. And you're not going to believe the names, some of the names they brought back for one night only, if not possibly to help them out in a big way. You're probably not going to believe this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit. Oh. But anyway, you are not going to believe the names here, folks. And I'm sorry for the interruptions. Apparently, anytime you're doing something like this, people like to make noise. But here's what we got. We have gotten some names. These are some of the names that are coming back for some of these events that are being taped and will be broadcast in the following months. For example, Hardcore Justice 2 and a few others like World Cup of Wrestling and I think another one before that. Homicide. Homicide came back. Is he back on a permanent basis? We don't know. Well, for Hardcore Justice 2, and for pay-per-view previous to that they did, which was, I think, TNA 10, which was called 10 Reunion, basically, him and Hernandez reunited as LAX. So it looks like LAX is going to be coming back. What does that do for Chavo? Maybe he'll be part of it. I don't know. But here's another thing. If you've been a fan of TNA since its inception, you'll be happy to hear about this team coming back. Yeah, you'll be happy to hear about this team coming back. Slash and Sid, the new church. That's right, the new church is coming back. Jackie Moore has come back. Jacqueline, that is. Generation Me, back. And then, here's some of the surprises. I'll get to those in a minute. But we also have Shark Boy coming back. We have Devin Storm making an appearance and coming back. Little Greta, Crimson, Sam Shaw, Johnny Swinger, Gunner's coming back, coming out of OVW. Tuco Scopio will be back. Judas Macias and James Mitchell. Judas Macias and James Mitchell. And Brother Runt. Those are just some of the names. And apparently Aces and Eights is going to get a female member at the Knockouts paper, at the World Cup of Wrestling pay-per-view. You probably have an idea who that is already. But here's some of the names that surprised me. Funaki is there. I'm not lying. They got Funaki. And if you think that's crazy, how about this one? This is the one individual, like I said, that is one, this individual is one of those that said they would never work for anybody else. Are you ready for this? Hardcore Holly. Yeah. I don't know if it's one night only, if it's some kind of deal he made. A Hardcore Holly, when this thing gets aired, for the first time, you never thought you'd see it, I never thought I'd see it, is going to be competing in a TNA ring. Yeah. And I'm not trying to give away any spoilers or anything, because I'm just letting you know some of the names I've heard that are showing up for this event, because again, it's just a real surprise to hear who's showing up for this event, for these events. I mean, again, oh, and by the way, you want to know another name that's showing up? And he's showing up for the extravaganza, as well as the World Cup of Wrestling, as well as, I think, Reunion 10, or 10 Reunion. The one individual people have been waiting to see for a while, the one person they feel they can basically rejuvenate that X division and give it that shot it needs again. Petey Williams. That's right. Mr. Canadian Destroyer himself. And boy, does he come back with you by using that thing. I mean, they are going all out, ladies and gentlemen. All out. They are going all out to really, do what they got to do. I mean, these are just names, ladies and gentlemen, of... And again, I don't know if these are just one-night-only appearances, or if there's something more to it. But here's some of the examples for, like the World Cup of Wrestling that they got coming. That one-night-only pay-per-view. For the teams, They got Team UK, Team International, they got Team USA, and they got Team Aces and Eights. Yeah. Team UK apparently is going to be some of the more recent individuals like Rockstar, Spud, one of the Blossom Twins, the British Invasion back together, Heather, all three of them that is. And then you have, for international, Sanjay's coming back, Sanjay Dutt. Like I said, Williams, Funaki, and Macias. And then for Team USA, of course you got Kenny King, you got Mickey James, Bad Influence, and James Storm. And then of course you're going to have Team Aces and Eights. And again, they do get a female member. You may know who this is, but I'm not saying just yet. But again, this is just a huge, huge deal, folks. A huge, huge deal. These are just news and names that are appearing in some of these one-night-only pay-per-views. I mean, and for $10 to $15, that's not a bad price. You know, it's not a bad price. I mean, think about it. If you're not going to watch any of the WWE pay-per-views after Mania, this is a better choice for you because it's cheaper and you're obviously getting some good stuff here. So I'll provide a link down below so you can read some of these yourself if you want to. But it's just, to me, the names that they're getting for these one-night deals, again, we don't know if these are just permanent situations, one-night onlys. We don't know if it's because what I find ironic about this is you're having all these people come back. Some of these pay-per-views are not scheduled to really air until a little after Slammiversary. So you're going to have two before Slammiversary, and then you're going to have two more in July, three more after Slammiversary, July, August, September, Battle for Glory, and then you're going to have one in November and December. So, you know, it makes you wonder. And it makes me wonder if perhaps we're getting a hint to the future of Aces and Eights and what could be happening, because apparently Aces and Eights, you know, they're mentioned, but you're getting Team 3D a lot now. You're getting Devon and Bubba back as Team 3D. And yeah, they're part of Aces and Eights, but again, it makes you wonder if they're hinting at the fact that Aces and Eights could be done with, you know, throughout this whole entire thing. So, but again, the names and everything, the news, this big news of names being listed, and you know, being listed in these spoilers, and again, I'm not giving those spoilers away, I'm just listing the names I've read of them, is unbelievable. It's like, I couldn't even believe when I read Hardcore Holly, it shocked me. Because here's a guy that said even he's WWE pure. He's basically a WWE purebred. So, but to me, for $10 to $15, they may be worth it. We'll just have to wait and see. But what a way to go out of the Impact Zone, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm going to say on it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you all later. But what a way to go out for TNA at the Impact Zone.